In the earlier lessons, when I talked about shapes and I showed us the D chord, and it is a D shape as well, because this will apply to everything we do for years in guitar playing. This shape, we can do that shape here, 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 etc., etc. That's a shape. And you can see, I can just slide it up or I can keep making it. I can make a chord and make the D shape. So I make that shape. It's not, now when we play here, it's a D, for example. When I go up 2 frets and make it, and only play those 3 strings, I'm making a new chord called an E chord. D, and alphabetically up, E, and in between them, because there's a fret that I'm not using, I'm going from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret, making an E chord. There's what we have black keys on a piano for. They are flats and sharps. A flat in a D, D flat, D, D flat, D, let's go up, E flat, E, this shape is very important to allow us to play songs in different keys for different voices. Higher up we go for higher voices. Lower down we go for lower voices. This device here is called a capo. Some people call it a capo. I call it a capo. You can put it on the guitar, on and in the middle of the frets, either below, with the piece going below like this, or above, whatever you're comfortable with. Some people like it above, some people like it below. And what this does is it basically emulates this piece here, which is called a nut. The string is resting on the nut, meaning from that space here to that is 2 frets. When I use the capo, I'm essentially cutting off the nut and saying, now this becomes a nut. And that makes the actual fret perform like this. Because this being cut down pulls down like the weight of the guitar strings here are after this nut. And now this capo being here is doing that with this metal fret. So when I go like this here, I've got that D chord, which was 2 frets up. I go 2 frets up, I've got my D chord, and I can play the bottom 4 strings, and I've got an E chord. That's an A chord now. Even though it's just 1 string that was the G, it's now an A chord because I'm up 2 frets, G, A. Between G and A, you have a G sharp or an A flat. They're the same thing. That's just a little theory. But we'll just, for now, think about what the gift of this is. By putting a capo here, I've got now a higher chord than the D. And you'll hear that. Those 3 chords, those 3 shapes became 3 different, and so here. Make sure when you put the capo on that all the strings ring. Okay, go up 1 fret. You get the idea. And you know, actually, as we go up higher on the neck and do that, you can see it changes the character of the guitar too. It sounds a little bit more Hawaiian, almost like a ukulele, because a ukulele's neck is a lot shorter as well. So there's some kind of mathematical truth in this, that when we are making the neck shorter, it sounds very Hawaiian. We make up our own little songs, and you know what? Around a campfire, people dance and laugh, and we're the life of the party, or so we want to think we are. There we go, capo lesson. A beautiful tool that adds a lot of fun, and it shows us that shapes we make, which we'll be doing and exploring in other lessons, allow us to use a capo and play them anywhere else, that people can sing in different voices and high and low, and we can help that singer sound good. Because if I've got a high voice, the last thing I want to do is have you play the song in a key that would work really well for a low voice, etc.